Om Swastiastu. Hello everyone. Today I'm going to present it about the materials for advanced speaking subject. Before I continue it, I would like to introduce myself. Hello, my name is Nikomangarisintadewi. My NIM number 21111711208 and number absent 2, class PBAC Denpasar 4th semester. The table of content, the first one abstract, and the second one introduction, and the third one finding and discussion, and the last conclusion. Okay, the journal title for discuss today is extensive reading for translation, acquiring vocabulary for better rendition. For the abstract content, this is contain about the error translation for the aspiring translation to increase their vocabulary. For this article, the researcher proposed about the use extensive reading through the implementation of book club in translation class to increase student vocabulary. About rationale for the rationale for the book club as well as the details of the implementation are discussed in here in this article. Okay, next, introduction. For the introduction contain about the example of the error made by some student in Indonesian translation. You can see for the chart for the column, they are for categories. For the short language, student rendition, explanation, and proposed rendition. For the short language, ketinggian gelombang di laut dalam hanya sekitar 1 meter. And for the student rendition, the height of the wave is just around 1 meter. And for the explanation, ketinggian should have been translated into height noun and instead of height adjective. And for the proposed rendition, the height of the wave in deep sea is just about 1 meter. So, to appropriate meaning, there from the proposed rendition. Okay, the next about the theoretical review, acquiring vocabulary and extensive reading. Okay, the first one by Blackhowish and Fisher 2000, Semi 2008, Nuttall 1996. The researchers scholar, however, tend to agree on 2000 word baseline as the requirement for basic oral conversation. And the next, for the Semi 2008, Semi further predict that be able to have academic success, a learner has to master close to 10,000 words and 15,000 words to achieve native-like language proficiency. And the next, by Web 2007, after repeated encounters with the word in the different contexts, a said person will form meaning collocation as well as word connection. There are, for the Mason 1997, the researchers about the content for the research is extensive reading has been proved to improve student attitude toward English reading and learning and improve student writing and grammar competency. And for the SUX 2017 et al. In a 2017 study on Korean University English foreign language student, the extensive reading approach ever provides better performance gain in the area of reading comprehension, reading rate of speech, as well as vocabulary improvement. And for the Vigada and Session 2006, extensive reading has also proven to be effective in improve student ability to learn new vocabulary, including the spelling, meaning, and grammatical rules of the vocabulary usage. And then for the Lee and Malinder 2007, about the research, the research about extensive reading can be defined as one improvement in pleasure on a wide range of linguistically or culturally relevant and appropriate subject. So the conclusion of the theoretical review for the acquiring vocabulary and extensive reading is the extensive reading more than better for the intensive reading, for intentional, yes, for intentional learning more than better for the incidental learning more than better to intentional learning. Next, again, finding and discussion. This is finding about the benefit of extensive reading for translation, acquiring vocabulary for better rendition. The first one, acquire vocabulary through incidental learning significantly better compared to intentional learning. And again, reading comprehension, reading rate of speech, as well as vocabulary improvement. And then improving the ability for the student to learn to get the new vocabulary, including the spelling, meaning of the spelling, meaning, and grammatical rules of the vocabulary. And the last, extensive reading can be effectively improved more than just student vocabulary size, thus making it a perfect approach for students struggling with vocabulary mastery in translation. So when you learning in the class, you can be this approach to teach your student. And then finding and discussion again for the Day and Bamford define the following principle for the teaching extensive reading. You can see the slide. They are 5, and then they are 10. The first one, the reading material is easy. Is easy, so the student can be interested to reading it. And the next, the material must cover a wide range of the topic. The materials must come in varying forms such as book, magazine, article, blog posts, and cover different topics ranging from fiction, non-fiction, economic, history, or science. And then student choose what they want to read, and then student read as much as possible. And then the purpose of reading usually revolves around enjoyment, information, and general comprehension. And the next, reading experience is the reward in its own. And then reading speed is usually faster than slower. And then reading is individual and silent. And then teacher orient and guide the student. And the last, the teacher is a role model. So for the day and bump up define about the principle is, for the principle for the teaching extensive reading is the material should have to interest for the readers, can be made to reader interest. Okay, next, this is a example of the reading list. You can use the example book for the extensive reading approach. You can see for the slide, they are tonight pink moon won't actually be a pink moon, the outer drizzle pale month, the genre science article, the theme science, and until the end. You can see the slide. Okay, the next, the conclusion is the extensive reading can be improves your student. When you have been to a student, you can use the extensive reading to improve the vocabulary, for the mastery, for the increase your student in competency translation. And you can holding a book club, for example. You should pay close attention to the principle and incorporate them into their teaching practice. When you to be a teacher soon, such a merge may require a separate meeting for the book club. The implementation of extensive reading can result in additional burden for student and teacher, but previous research has shown that the greater benefits of extensive reading make it a very attractive approach for teacher to implement. Okay guys, that's all for my explanation. I think my explanation to be beneficial for you. I will close my presentation with Paramasanti. Om Santi 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 Om.